Hey, so today we did a coffee machine. I kind of wanted to do another kind of object, appliance, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so I kind of wanted to do a coffee machine. I was going to do a toaster, but I thought that'd be a bit simple. Plus, I had a vision. So yeah, this is me getting reference. So yeah. Um, it I do so I concept this, but I change kind of the model, well, the design when I'm modeling because I don't know, it just looked cooler a different way. Plus, it looked like I don't know, like a different style of coffee machine. But yeah, I went with the kind of like bowl, kind of glass jug where the coffee goes in. I have no idea what I'm talking about because I've never seen one of these, but yeah, so I wanted to make a round one. By the way, the final one isn't round, but it's okay, we tried. So yeah, kind of doing the usual, kind of just coloring it rather than line art than coloring. So yeah, this makes just concepting so much easier, and it doesn't take me like 6 hours because I normally do line art, then I do line art again, then I do line art again, then I color. So yeah. Plus, it looks like I'm a professional and that I know how to draw, so yeah, that's fine. Because normally it takes me like 6 sketches to actually do something, but yeah. So the back is pretty simple. I didn't put a lot of kind of design elements in there because I normally like backs of appliances only kind of have the kind of like power kind of source on off maybe, and then just kind of like the label at the back which gives you the warnings and blah blah blah. But yeah, so this is me trying to do the circle jug. I don't know, I just couldn't do it. I tried using subdivision, the subdivision modifier, but when you use it, it kind of goes a bit weird. It goes too subdivided sometimes and you don't really want that. So yeah, I do stick with this for quite a bit actually. So the handle was a bit weird, so I separated this part and made that bit bigger, so the handle doesn't look kind of weird and too stretched over. So yeah, I was gonna do a square lid, and yeah, and so I tried doing that but I didn't, so I just copied the edges that made a lid out of that. That's me making the coffee inside of the coffee pot. So yeah, I'm still kind of working on the glass material for that. I don't know, it looks a bit weird, but yeah, we'll see when we get there. So this is kind of like the first go. So yeah, I just kind of mess around with different kind of how I want to do it. So yeah, this wasn't as straightforward as it normally is. So, but we got to a nice result that I like. I would texture paint more, but again, in substance, the stuff was clipping, which was so annoying. But yeah, we'll see that later. But I really like the top bit. The top bit is nice on this kind of machine bit, but the kind of like middle part I didn't really like, so I changed that up. So yeah, this is me kind of adding buttons. So yeah, just kind of the usual thing. Also the kind of power cable bit at the back. I also added some like kind of support things there, the bits on the side. So yeah, I also saved it because I always don't save my work. I'm just glad my computer doesn't crash, otherwise all my work would be gone. But yeah, this is me just kind of fixing the topology because it went a bit weird. So yeah, but that doesn't matter because we get rid of this anyway. So yeah, yeah, I get rid of that because I don't really like it. So this time it's kind of more of like a triangle design, which I kind of like. This looks so much cooler compared to kind of like a normal machine. So yeah, also messed around with the kind of like influence tool. Is it called the influence tool? Maybe, but yeah, so I just mess around with that to get like a kind of weird shape. So yeah, also just adding details. I kind of look at the time and I'm like, I've only spent 1 hour modeling this, so I should maybe try and model a bit more. So this was me deciding if I wanted a cup or a jar. So this is me making a cup. The handle was a bit weird, very weird, but yeah, so I get rid of it because I don't like it. But yeah, also add 2 nozzles, but I get rid of them because if there's a coffee mug there, then you're not gonna need those. But yeah, this is me doing the second coffee jug, which was much more easier, much more nicer. I don't know, it looks so cool. It looks cooler than just kind of basic round shapes. So yeah, plus they're tapered as well, which makes it more like appealing. So yeah, added kind of loop cuts in certain places to give it more topology, or to kind of give me a guide on where to like line things up with each other. So yeah. Plus the good thing about this is everything is relatively has the same faces, because I don't know, I just do it like that. So yeah, this is me making the kind of on and off switch at the back. I really like those kind of switches, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I also put this thing on the top. I'm not really sure what it is, but I thought it looked kind of cool. This was me gonna try angulate to the model, because in Substance it does that anyway, so it just makes it easier, but then I didn't like it, so I went back. So yeah, this is me. Am I seaming stuff now? Oh yeah, so I separate the parts and then go. So this time I did front view, back view, then sides and top and bottom. So now you don't get the kind of like weird distorted thing that you get when it's purely because it's stretched. I think it's, so yeah, there was some stretching in the inside, but yeah, it's the inside, so I don't think that really matters. So yeah, again, if I need to, I could just texture paint in Blender to clean it up, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's nice to clean up textures in Blender. It just sucks because it doesn't have the masks, so like you're kind of like, oh, I don't want to paint over that. But yeah, so kind of did all this, seamed everything. I probably should have unwrapped everything as I seamed them, but I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, so okay, so I didn't organize these UVs like I normally do. Like, I didn't put them in material order. I kind of just used the Blender kind of pack islands thing to do it for me, purely because I wanted to texture paint this not quickly, but I wanted to do texture painting and I didn't really want to mess around with the UVs too much. Probably would have helped if I put them in material order, but sometimes it's easier to just use the tools there. So yeah, plus I think it works. Again, I didn't put any materials on this, so it's one texture kind of map. So yeah, that's kind of nice. It is annoying though. I wish in Substance you could turn off, like, you could not I don't know how to explain it. So with the masks you can like select what faces get filled in. I think they should do that, but you can also turn them off so you can't see them, like the texture sets, but mask sets, I don't know, but that would be so helpful, but they're not gonna add that, so it's okay. So yeah, I also spent ages, like yesterday, or no, the day before yesterday, researching kind of like how to merge the texture sets, because you don't want more than one texture map if you are like making anything really, because that's just, it takes so much not processing power, I guess, but like it's not necessary. Let's say it's not necessary. So yeah, I also made sure to take the coffee out. I probably should have done that for the jug as well. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't, but okay. So yeah, I probably should have taken it out, so then I could have textured it more easily. But this time I kind of utilized the 2D kind of UVs as well. So yeah, this is me checking why it was stretched, but I think some things you just can't do. So yeah, I made it a black color. I don't really use the color scheme I use the my concept, because I feel like it would be too kind of grey. So yeah, this is me trying to look at the measurements on the jugs. But yeah, so I'm still working on the jug because I want it to be see-through but still have the texture. So what I did was duplicate the texture, then add a transparent node. So yeah, you'll see. But anyway, yeah, so I added red purely because you kind of want to break the colors up. You don't want it all to be black and gray. That's what my thinking was anyway. So yeah, also added kind of like a rim or darker color around there, and also around the buttons, just to kind of give it more detail. Otherwise it's just gonna look pretty plain. So yeah, the sides do look a bit plain on the coffee machine, but I feel like they don't have a lot on the sides anyway, so that's okay. The back is a bit better. So yeah, there was some weird texture distortion on this, but nothing like unbearable. So yeah, this is me doing the label on the back, which I changed because it's kind of wonky because how I painted it. But yeah, also added some text on the back. So yeah, I got half of this is written in kind of like made up lines, writing and also actual writing. Like for the buttons, I didn't really know what buttons you'd have on a coffee machine, so I kind of just did scribbles of words. And yeah, so yeah, or anything that would be really long to write, I just put it in scribbles of words, because then it gets the message that there's something written there. And yeah, I also was gonna do some shading on that jug, which I might do later. But yeah, I was trying to do opacity, but I don't know how you do it, so I just got a bit confused and it wasn't really changing anything for me. So yeah, just adding more kind of details. You probably could say I could have used the height to like put the kind of like circle kind of screw bits like above, but I didn't really want to do that. I want it to be cartoony, so lately I haven't really been using roughness maps or metallic maps. I use metallic if there's actually something metallic, but mostly I don't want to do that because I want it to be stylized. So yeah, it's kind of really hard to navigate this when half the model's clipping. So yeah, I don't know if it's something I'm doing and there could be an easier way or something, but yeah, it's annoying when it does that, but it's okay because I can look at the UVs anyway. I was also looking up what a coffee bean looks like, but yeah. So this is me kind of making a design on that, just because it looked a bit plain. Also, whatever it is, we need to know that it's a coffee machine. So yeah, so I kind of just used a layer to draw some kind of rough guides on where I wanted the things, then went over with just colours. So yeah, it was pretty cool to do I really like doing things like this, like really like cool details. So yeah, also coloured certain bits black because it just kind of breaks up the colours. So yeah, also it's the same colour as the jug, so it's not like a really random colour. So yeah, I tried colouring this bit, but there's distortions on there and it didn't fill the whole thing. So yeah, kind of was just like, yeah, maybe not. So anyway, yeah, as you can see, there's like weird lines on that bit at the top. I don't know why, but yeah, so I just put some shading on the bottom because on the top I'm gonna repaint in Blender, so if I put lines in there, I'm just gonna paint over them in Blender, so I didn't think that was a point. So yeah, also kind of like another rim around the top bit. So yeah, also I put color dots on the coffee, kind of like bubbles. So yeah, then I put kind of like a lighter color on the bottom bit. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I really need to work on making it more visible because the transparency is a bit weird, but yeah. Anyway, so just adding more outlines and then necessary things. I did some holes where kind of like, oh wait, no, oh I did that the wrong way around. Okay, we can fix that, it's fine, it's okay. Anyway, yeah. Added more darker bits. So yeah, I like doing this. It was really cool and it looks stylized, I think. So yeah, I also writ this backwards because it flips around. So yeah, I thought that was pretty smart, not gonna lie. But yeah, so this is me kind of doing the textures, plugging everything in. Then I duplicated the texture to do the kind of transparent bit. The ambient occlusion didn't really work because it's clipping, it's kind of like darkened the whole bits that I've clipped. So yeah, I didn't really want to do that because it's just weird looking. So yeah, I could use the ambient occlusion node, but we'll see about that. So yeah, I duplicate it and then I'm kind of like messing with the transparent node and mixing it with the base color because then it's see-through. You can see it's kind of see-through, but it's not totally see-through. So the coffee doesn't look like coffee, it just looks blue, which is fair enough because it's a blue jug, but I want the coffee to look stronger. So yeah, so I might make a third material, I don't know, but yeah, this is me still messing around with it because I don't really like how it looks, but yeah. So yeah, that is the render. I really enjoyed the coffee thing. So yeah, okay, so next week I might not be doing any videos because I really need to start my portfolio. Like, I have everything I need, I just need to kind of like put everything on pages and then layout, blah blah blah. So yeah, may not be videos next week, but yeah, it's Friday, let's go. So yeah, at the Twitch, thank you and bye.